So far, we've been able to talk about skills that will make you successful with any activity or exercise that you're choosing to do. For example, we've talked about goals and ways to set goals that you can put what you want out there on paper and truly accomplishment so you can be successful in anything that you're attempting. But now, what we're going to talk about is nutrition. We're going to also apply what we've learned so far and put it into nutrition. But first, let's talk over nutrition. Let's begin with digestion. Now, digestion is the process of breaking down carbohydrates into sugar molecules or glucose. And as you can see here from the picture, the esophagus, that's your throat, it's coming down into your stomach and so forth. This is how your body is set up, and what we talk about through this unit is the things you're putting into your body and why they are important for this digestive system. So where does your body get the energy? Now I want you to think for a second of a car. And a lot of people, they search, they study, and they put the top dollar into their car. For example, they're going to put oil in. The best oil is synthetic, and so a lot of people will pay the extra to put synthetic in because they know the benefits of putting synthetic oil into their car. It will run longer, it will be a better car in the long run. Same with gas. You can buy a higher gas that gives the car more benefits. Now, if people work so hard to put that in their car to get it to run longer and to be a better efficient machine, why don't we think of this as our bodies as well? Now, our bodies are just like a car. They are our transportation. They are our mode of success. If our bodies are able to do things, if they're able to take us places, we're able to go right along with it, right? So our body gets energy from the food we put in it. Now, it's going to get different energy from different sources of food, and we're going to talk about that today and the importance of what we're putting in our body. Now, what is a nutrient? We hear nutrient, right? That's any material that can be taken into your body cell and is useful to your body. So anything that is useful to the body that you're putting in. Now, nutrition is the actual study of nutrients and the effect they have on health. And so we're talking about nutrition and how they affect your health. Now, does everyone have the same nutritional needs? No, they don't. A lot of it depends on your age, body size, level of activity, and also genetics. So everyone's a little bit different, and you're going to know more of your body and genetics and so forth. But all in all, how the food you put in your body works is going to be the same for everybody. Now there are six groups of nutrients we're going to talk about: carbohydrates, fats, proteins, minerals, vitamins, and water. All of them are very, very crucial for your energy and for your body. Carbohydrates, let's start there. Carbohydrates, they really are the major source of your energy for your body, and we see a lot of these in pastas, potatoes. They are our main source. And so if you're going to be doing a very, very long exercise, say you're going to be playing a 2 hour basketball game, or you're running for 2 hours, or something that is going to require a lot of energy and take a long time, carbohydrates are a great way to get that source to give you over a long duration of time. Now there are two groups. One are the simple carbohydrates, and they digest really easily, and they're really not the best for you. Those are our sugars. So you can see in the picture they're like donuts, and so they digest quickly, easily, and they're not going to last as long. Now the complex, or the large sugar molecules, starches, glycogen, they take longer to digest, so they're going to be a longer source of energy, so you don't need as much. This is going to see as in here as potatoes, and also pastas are a great complex carbohydrate. Grains are also carbohydrates. They differ in size and shape, but they all have kernels like similar structures, and you can see these in the pictures here. Now, grains are what you want to look for are whole grains. They are the very best carbohydrate for you. They last longer. They are a true source of energy. All those processed carbohydrates or grains per se, they're kind of a waste of energy, to be honest. They don't give you the full energy that your organs and bodies really need. So make sure that when you are looking at some carbohydrates that you're looking for whole grain, because whole grain really does give you the energy that is really going to be burned appropriately and not stored as a fat storage. Now there's a variety of foods that you can get this from. Breakfast foods, flours, any meal is going to have a carbohydrate most of the time. Breads, pasta products, and starches. A lot of things that we've already discussed. So the nutritional value that you're going to be looking at with your grains is it's an excellent source of complex carbohydrates like we talked about. These are the carbohydrates that are going to give you good long energy. Their whole grain cereals contribute to vitamin B's, iron, magnesium, and zinc. Many processed products have nutrients added to them, so they are not as beneficial as the whole grains that we have discussed. The next one is fats. Now, sometimes people shy away from fats because they think it's a negative thing, and it's not necessarily a negative thing. Fats are needed. We need the fats. They're essential for our organs, essential for our bodies. So let's talk about it a little bit more. They store energy for future use. So fat is a survival mechanism, and so it's storage. It's our body way of storing it for future need. It keeps our body warm, it protects the body. There's two types. There's the saturated, which come from animal fats, and then the unsaturated that come from like plant-based. Saturated fats increase blood cholesterol and cause heart disease. So even though they're good for us, we want to have these ones in low content. So we don't want a lot of them in our diet. Protein is responsible for growth and repair of body cells. It's made up of amino acids, and humans need 20 amino acids. So this protein is very, very essential. There's 10 essential and 10 non-essential protein. So make sure you're getting your protein. Now, we talked about before that there's also fats that come along with this. So there's leaner protein like fish or chicken. The red meats are going to have more fat content, so look into leaner ones. It's fine to have the other as well, but just in moderation. Now there's other ways to get protein. You hear people are vegetarian and they don't like the meats. That's perfectly fine. You can still get your protein through there. It's all sorts of peanuts, beans. You can find protein in such things as that. Protein is one of the most important elements of our diets because it provides energy, it builds and repairs tissues, and maintains body function. So make sure protein is in every meal. It is very important. It's the most important element. The best source of protein, like what we've talked about, is milk, egg, cheese, fish, poultry, and red meats. Just know that those are in portion. So make sure that you know the portion size and that they do contain some fat and know what is best for you there. We've talked about the leaner ones to go to and how to have moderation in the ones that are a little bit more fatty. So here is the nutritional value of protein. Protein honestly is the best of keeping you full between meals. So it's going to keep you there. There's a lean protein we've talked about. It is lower in fat and therefore lower in calories. Lean protein includes the seafood, the white meat, poultry, eggs, milk, and beans. So if you're looking for the more lean protein to implement into your diet, here is where you want to look. Next, what we're going to cover is vegetables. We all love our vegetables, and many times I hear you guys say, well, that's just rabbit food, they don't taste good. we're going to give you some different ideas on vegetables. So vegetables, they are low in fat, but they contain great amounts of vitamins and minerals, very essential to the body. They're a source of antioxidants that help protect the body. So they're going to protect your body from external germs and so forth that enter your body. Vegetables are packed with dietary fiber that help your digestive system run smoothly. Now, I know a lot of people don't just like to eat their vegetables straight up. Add them into things. You can grill peppers into your chicken. You can add onions. You can add cucumbers. Great sources here of vegetables that you can put into meals to add flavor, and they also give you nutritional value. Now, we said vitamins come from them. So, vitamins help your body perform certain functions. They help provide the nutrients that your cells, tissues, and organs need. And some are stored, but some are not. They're used right away. But think about it, your body is functioning 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Vitamins are part of the source that help those functions happen within your cells and tissues and your organs. So make sure you're getting vitamins. Now, it's going to be different with each person of the amount of vitamins because it depends on size, it depends on your genetics. The best way to know what is really needed, it's great to take your daily vitamin, but sometimes you may be lower in a vitamin area that you could take an extra supplement for. The best way to find that is to have a doctor or professional help. They can do blood work and so forth to see what is extra in your body. You're going to get vitamins naturally through the food you eat. A daily vitamin is also great to help you function as well. If you want to know if there is more balance, that's when you can seek professional help for that. With vitamins, let's talk about what they're really doing. Vitamin A helps you with night vision. You can find them in carrots. Vitamin B helps get energy from foods, so it actually gives you the energy or pull the energy. The vitamin C helps absorb iron. Vitamin D helps with calcium absorption. Vitamin E is the antioxidants, and vitamin K helps to eliminate blood clotting. So you can see that just these individual vitamins can make a huge difference in your body and the overall function of it. Vegetables, they have more of a mild taste, but they come in a variety of colors and offer a variety of nutrients that causes your body to function appropriately. Now, vegetables are classified according to their plants. This doesn't really matter, but vegetables can be purchased in a variety of ways. So this is what I wanted to talk about, of different ways of getting your vegetables. They can be fresh, where you implement them into cooking and so forth. They can be frozen or canned or in a juice form. You can find them in a juice form so that if you don't like the vegetables as much, that you can drink them in a juice form, and it provides the nutrients you need, but better tasting probably. So let's move on to fruits. Fruits contain all types of sugar, and they give you quick energy. Fruits, they're also rich in vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, just like your vegetables are, so they're great for that. They contain little or no fat, but they also don't contain a lot of protein. So they're a great source of energy. They give you good things, but know what they do and don't have. They don't have the protein, so make sure you're getting that as well. They're low in fat, but they give you good energy. Since they provide minerals, there's more elements that the body needs to function properly. Most important is calcium, but you can see in this picture here, you have copper, calcium, iron, magnesium. All these things are needed. They provide growth and repair of the bones and teeth. Minerals are essential. Now, fruit provide that great sugar sweet taste, so these are fairly easy to implement into a diet. Minerals, let's talk about the individuals. Iron helps blood carry oxygen. Now that is super important because the oxygen is being delivered to your entire body, to cells, to your limbs. So it's important that iron is there to help carry that oxygen to your body. Magnesium helps the body form connective tissue. necessary for normal brain and nerve function. So connective tissue is connecting those cells, the tissue, and is very important for nerve and brain functioning. Zinc will help heal wounds and play an important role in the immune system. So also very important things that we want to be healthy and strong. Phosphorus works with calcium. They're kind of a team. Magnesium is needed by every organ. So every organ that you have, magnesium is required. Copper helps make red blood cells, which is a very important part of your body as well. So as you can see, these minerals coming from fruits are very, very important for a body. Fruits, they also come in variety of ways. They can come in snack, soft drink, candy, pieces of cake, other sweets. So you can get your sweets in a lot of places from your fruits. You can have them fresh fruit, apples, oranges, bananas, and pears. You can have them frozen, canned, dried. There are so many ways to get your fruit into your diet. Now, if you do decide to get your fruits in a drink, I just want to warn you and advise you to look into the sugar content, because a lot of times the sugar is very, very high in those fruit drinks, and it can be harmful for you. So look into that, make sure that the sugar is lower and that it is coming from the fruit itself. If not, fresh fruit, frozen, dried, all those are wonderful ways to implement fruit into your diet. Water is the very most important nutrient. It's essential for all your cells. And there's 5 functions. 1, it takes nutrients to cells. It carries waste products away from cells. It cools the body through the form of sweat. It lubricates joints and it gives you the saliva. Your body is 60% water, and it is essential. It is the most important. Make sure that you are getting your water. I always instruct people that if you are drinking soda pops and drinks like that, that it's limited and it is never substitute for water. Water is essential and should be drank constantly throughout the day. Dairy is also an excellent source of nutrition. It provides your fats, carbs, proteins, minerals. It really kind of encompasses them all. It's calcium rich, which strengthens your bones and helps your body function appropriately. It's low in sugars unless it's processed, and so that's things like sour cream and so forth. So if you're getting into where it's being processed, you're going to find more sugars and more fats. So be aware of your processed dairies opposed to the natural dairies. Dairy products, they originate from milk that comes from animals, including cows, goats, buffaloes, and others. There's a lot of animals that provide milk. Most common is the cow. Um, there's a variety of forms as well, 1%, 2% whole. Those percentages are telling you fat within them, so be aware of that as well. I recommend the lower skim to 1% is great. It's fine if you have more. Just know that it's providing more fat content. The processed dairy can be ice cream, yogurt, sour cream, and cream cheese. They're higher in fat content, so they shouldn't be as high in your diet. So low moderation consumption of the processed dairy as instead of the natural. Now, fiber, it's not a nutrient, but it's still very important, and let me explain why. It's a complex carbohydrate. It comes in your fruits and vegetables, it's whole grain cereals. It helps the body move waste more easily, so it is a great function for your digestive system. It moves things through your body better and can be healthier for your body. This is my plan. You saw this picture at the beginning of this lesson. This is what you need to go off of when you're implementing a diet. This is how your plate should look every meal. It identifies the 5 groups. It's easy to understand, and it's actually It's a new process with everybody's looking at. It used to be the food pyramid, but now it's the American standard here that they go off of because they feel it's easier for people to understand. So look at your plate and what you're eating morning, lunch, and dinner, and see if it represents this. See if the portions of your fruits, vegetable proteins, and grains are similar to what this plate represents here. Now, we've talked about a little bit more, but it divides a dinner plate into 4 sections. Like we've talked about prior: vegetables, fruits, grains, proteins, and then the fifth is just the dairy side. You can get that in milk or whatever we've talked about, but the fruits and vegetable portions make up half of the plate. Include fruits and vegetables as half of every meal. Like I said, this is something that should be implemented every meal, not just one. So here are some suggestions in using that. Use half the plate for fruits and vegetables. Switch fat-free or low-fat 1% milk. Like I said, I recommend the lower. Make at least half of your grains whole grains. Great way to provide great energy and lower fats. Go lean with protein. If you do the red meats, fine, just don't do it as much as the leaner proteins. So find those lean proteins to help you. Compare sodium, which is the salt, in foods like soup, bread, and frozen meals. Choose the one with lower numbers. Sodium, you don't want high salt content, so choose the one with lower. Drink water instead of sugary drinks. Like I said, water should be in every meal and be consistent throughout the day. And then find a balance between food and physical activity. We're going to find a balance between the activities you're doing and the food that you're eating. Portion food sizing is important with the activity you're doing. If you are doing high intensity, long duration exercise, then you're able to eat more. If you're doing it lower, then really you shouldn't be eating as much. How the body works is it's just the amount of calories you're burning to the amount of calories you're putting in your body. If you're putting more calories in your body than what you're burning in a day, you're going to gain weight. If you're putting the same, you're going to stay the same. If you're burning more calories than what you put in, you're going to lose weight. So that's just kind of how you need to look at what you're doing.